Have you got multiple cameras recording at the same time, or maybe your camera and your screen? Well, if you do, then you probably know how annoying it can be to sync them up. And sometimes you just get to the point where it's just right, and then you knock it and you have to start all over. Well, let me introduce you to Final Cut's multicam feature. So for this example, I'm using this video on importing, and as you can see in my library, I've got 2 camera angles and a screen. So because these were all capturing audio at the same time, this makes it a lot easier. So I can select all of these at once and then right click on them and hit new multicam clip. Now when this opens, I want to just call this multicam, and I'm going to use audio for synchronization. If you didn't do this, then you might have a bit of a harder time and you might need to use something else, but I'm going to leave automatic settings on, and let's just hit OK. Okay, so now we've got our multicam clip. It tells us it's a multicam clip with this 4 squares at the top. So I can double click on this, and at the bottom here, it's now opened up this Multicam Editor. Because they're all capturing audio, it synced them based off of that audio. If you didn't capture audio on all of them, then I'd recommend doing maybe 3 claps, and then you can sync all of the video parts of where your hands clap, and also then the audio to that video. So now we're in this, I want to change these around. So this is sorted based off of the name, and so I want this to be my B cam, my A cam, and screen. I'm then going to drag these 3 lines over here on the other side and select up here to be seeing and hearing this. This is also if you were going to grade things, this is where you'd want to do it. So I've got a whole video up here on color grading in Final Cut, and so I'm just going to quickly speed through this, and I'm not necessarily going to be saying what I'm doing, but you'll just see it really quickly. Okay, great. I've just done a quick once over on that, and now I've already made a project. So I'm going to come into this, grab my multicam clip, and just drag this onto the timeline. And now is one of the cooler parts of this, and so we can come up to View, and then hit angles, or we can do Command Shift 7, and you'll be able to see all the angles at once. Now for me, I've got 3 angles, so I want to select 4. So now how you cut between them, you can use the keyboard shortcuts 1, 2, 3, and then so on and so forth. And as you can see, this is moving the blue box around, and a yellow when it's back on this B cam. And this is because up here I've got it selected to video only switching. So if I go to the very start of my clip, I want to switch to audio only and choose my audio source, which for me is the same recording as my screen recording. And then I want to switch back to video because I don't want to be switching audio sources midway through my video, or else that won't sound great. And now we can just edit like a normal video, but we also have this ability to change between angles. Now to make this easier, you want to do this all in one long take from each camera. But if you did start and stop recording, then let's make a cut in this one. And let's say it came through like this because we stopped recording and then started it on this one. And so we could have this like this, and it's just a case of when it hits this point, when one stops and the next starts, then it just changes to the next angle. But actually, I think it's a lot easier to turn on your snapping and place it at the start or end of this clip, and then grab it and drag it up so it's staying in line, but then it's also all on the same track, so you won't need to worry about switching between them. And it also means that then we can come over here and delete this angle. And while it doesn't make a huge difference for us having 3 and needing to see 4 at a time, if you've got a lot of shots, you'll kind of start to see where this can become really useful. Well, I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if one of your angles is your screen, then I recommend watching this video on how to edit screen recordings, because there are some things that go in deeper than we have here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.